America didn't fight World War II with one handgun. When pistols ran short, revolvers filled the gap. These are the revolvers actually carried by U.S. forces in World War II. Let's start with standard service revolvers. Smith & Wesson Victory Model, the most widely issued American revolver of the war, built for rapid wartime production, issued across Army, Navy, and Marine units. Simple, rugged, and reliable. A true wartime workhorse. U.S. revolver, caliber .45, model of 1917, Colt. Legacy revolver from World War I, chambered in .45 ACP using moon clips. Reissued due to pistol shortages. Powerful, but heavy. Still effective in close combat. U.S. revolver, caliber .45, model of 1917, Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson's version of the 1917 design, identical roll to the Colt model, issued from reserve stockpiles. Reliable but outdated by WWII standards. Used mainly early in the war. Colt Commando, simplified wartime revolver based on the official police. Reduced polish to speed production, issued widely to security and support troops. Chambered in .38 Special, designed for speed, not elegance. Smith & Wesson Military and Police, one of America's most produced revolvers. Adapted easily for military service. Issued during periods of high demand. Familiar handling for many troops. Seen across rear and support units. Colt Official Police, commercial revolver pressed into military service. Reliable and easy to maintain. Issued where standard pistols were unavailable. Common with military police and guards. Never intended as a frontline sidearm. Now to officer and command revolvers. Colt, new service. Large frame revolver firing powerful cartridges. Privately purchased or issued from older stocks. Heavy, but extremely durable. Favored by senior officers. Still trusted, despite its age. Smith & Wesson model, 1905. Pre-war revolver, still in circulation. Issued during early mobilization. Accurate and well-balanced. Gradually replaced by newer designs. Mostly seen away from front lines. Colt, Army Special. Earlier, Colt Service Revolver. Used by officers and command staff. Solid construction. Outdated by WWII. Issued only when available. Colt Police Positive Special. Medium frame revolver with improved strength. Privately carried by officers. Compact and reliable. Limited military distribution. Never standardized. Smith & Wesson .38 hand ejector. Early double-action revolver design. Issued from reserve inventories. Smooth trigger pull. Obsolete but functional. Seen mainly in stateside roles. Colt Detective Special. Compact revolver popular for personal defense. Privately purchased by officers. Easy to conceal. Limited stopping power. Rare in combat zones. Next, aircrew and naval revolvers. Smith & Wesson Victory Model. Naval contract. Produced specifically for the U.S. Navy. Corrosion-resistant finish. Issued aboard ships and air stations. Reliable in maritime environments. One of the Navy's most common revolvers. Colt New Service, .45, naval issue. Large revolver, issued to naval units. Powerful but heavy. Used where pistols were scarce. More common early in the war. Gradually phased out. Smith & Wesson Regulation Police. Commercial revolver adapted for service. Issued to naval police and guards. Chambered in .38 caliber. Easy to maintain. Rare outside naval roles. Colt Police Positive. Smaller revolver used by naval and air personnel. Compact and lightweight. Limited stopping power. Used mainly for personal defense. Not intended for combat fighting. Smith & Wesson Terrier. Short-barreled revolver. Easy to carry in confined spaces. Issued in limited numbers. Low ammunition capacity. Rare frontline use. Colt Officers Model Special. Target-grade revolver used by officers. High accuracy. Privately owned or issued in small numbers. Not designed for combat durability. Seen mostly in training or base roles. Now to training, guard and rear area revolvers. Smith & Wesson Model 22. Training revolver based on service designs. Used to conserve combat ammunition. Issued at training installations. Accurate and durable. Never intended for combat. Harrington & Richardson Model 999. Break action, .22 revolver. Used for basic marksmanship training. Simple and inexpensive. Easy for new recruits. Limited military documentation. Harrington & Richardson Model 929. 9-shot .22 revolver. Used for extended training sessions. Reduced recoil. Issued at stateside bases. Strictly instructional. Iver Johnson. Safety automatic revolver. Commercial revolver used by guards. Issued when military weapons were unavailable. Simple safety design. Low combat value. Rear area use only. Smith & Wesson Model 18. Target grade training revolver. Highly accurate. Used by instructors. Not combat rated. Common at training schools.